Yeah, thank you. That is one of my work. It's called Odidiole. Yeah, this you can still play this on and on. It's a very lovely one. It's a very lovely one. Yeah. You can like and subscribe. Just go to YouTube, search for Odidiole. Go to YouTube, search for Odidiole, ODIDIORE. They will bring you to my channel, onto my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. How's today's work? Hope you enjoying today's work. Moton, so la melody. Gbogbo lódìdí, 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 ọlá lódìdí, lódìdí, dancer, lódìdí. All what we bring to you on this program, odidi ni. You may, ó máa ń dùn mí, àwọn kan ní àwọn ò gbọ́. But God will give you the spirit of interpretation to understand what we discuss here. Odidiole is like everything in bulk. We don't want half. We don't want something that is not complete goodness, accurate. Yeah, thank you. I know you are just coming back from work, so also it's me. I just getting now, but before I just go to shower, we need to discuss something. We need to discuss. We need to discuss something. Yeah, it's always been like that. Anytime we are on this program, it's just about collective gain. Collective gain, yeah. You don't have any power of our own, yeah. Yeah, so we can only manage within the resources we have. So, man, uh, that's my That is my daughter's work. Normally, I don't even see it. Anyway, thank God. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it has always been a very good day. A very good day. Very cold weather. And we thank God for today. Now today is over. Yeah, and we appreciate God for that. He has given us another list of time to be together like we have been today. And we rejoice and be glad in God in the Lord because He done so much for us. He's done so much for us. We cannot thank it all. You can just, if you are just coming in, like and make your comment. And if you want to show your face most of the time on this program, you want to come online, let people know you, you may do that. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. But that has to be something that is, we are not making it up here, that is reasonable. All my opinion is what I use in doing this program. Maybe illogical or somehow, but we are trying to do it the way, in the manner, in the way I do my things. I always tell you that man's step is directed by the Lord. How then can a man understand his way? A man will understand his way according to his only God. If not for God, who else? A man can never understand his way according to Bible. That is why I say all this thing in the beginning of everything, that this program is for three things: just to appreciate, negotiate, and intervention, evaluation. The time of intervention is time of evaluation and how to process what you have gathered so far and make it work. We are trying to make so many things work. I'm still in the school, but why do you go to school when you have already know the book? That is what they call spiritual intelligence. There are so many intelligence on this earth planet. We have emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence, so many intelligence. But this spiritual intelligence is one aspect of life that can make person to be lazy, to be lackadaisical, and to be very vibrant in life. And it's two sides. It's two sides. It's two sides. It can make you have negative and positive side. That is why I said we have so many intelligence. Yeah, growing up, psychological intelligence, all those stuff, but emotional and spiritual intelligence. Last week we talked about emotional intelligence, how the leader use it. And people that doesn't have it supposed not to be a leader. And like what is happening in Nigeria now is about emotional intelligence. How do you feel the pains of people? And that is when CSR come in, corporate social responsibility. What you're supposed to do when you call a leader, a mantle of leadership, when something like this happen, what's the first thing? How do we address this issue? Do we reverse it or do we avert it? How do we do it? Because what we don't care for is taking care of us now. So that's why we launched this program last year. And before last year, 2020, I told you a lot about my revelation about people. When I talk with most of my friends, instrumentalists, I told them, our queen here is going. And it's on my Facebook then. We should pray for her. Some people say amen when I pray on Facebook at time. I didn't, little did I know that she was, but that is how the Spirit ministered to me to say it. The same thing with the king in Oyo town. I just said it, and in next week I heard that the, that great man died. But I always listened to the last thing he said before he died. That what is inside him as a king, if he said the whole world, because there are so many things we can't say online that we know. That is why some poets say that little we say in the nature that's ours doesn't belong to us. So it's even better you don't say it because people, they don't see it and they don't believe it. There's no fact. That is why we read Habakkuk last week. It said the vision is for the appointed time. The vision is the key to revelation of God. It's for the appointed time. So all what we are doing here is like bringing back just to judge our memory to revelation we have about what we know, what is sure for us, how it's going to work out. Those who, and I said it, that the problem to self is self. We should be our self keeper. We should be able to negotiate within ourselves before you negotiate with people. Within ourselves, ṣé tí mo ṣe náà dá ṣá, ṣé mo ṣe ṣe náà dá ṣá, ṣé tó wá pé mi ni ṣé mo lè gbà á, so tó wá pé mi ni. If you begin to negotiate and you begin to struggle within yourself to find all this thing, then you ò ní fi lọ yàn, o ò ní fi lọ́mọ làkejì. You wouldn't do it to what your neighbor, because that's why Bible make Jesus simplify it into two: love your neighbor as yourself, love your Lord. It's the same responsibility that you have is the same responsibility I have, just to take care. Take care. Be very careful. Take care. Be very careful. Don't let people use you against your destiny. It's good to make names. It's good to be popular for what is good. But what is corporate social responsibility? If I want to do something that I know is going to cause so many troubles, because here in Europe, before you do road, you have to manage people around that place, because lawyers will wreck you. When somebody gets, they say safety first. Safety first. That is corporate social, the responsibility. What's the responsibility of CBN in Nigeria? To give people money. And if they don't have money, then legal tender, what they can use instead of money. Is it available for them? Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní tó ń jẹ́ bá kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́bùṣe. I don't think I can say that in English. But wọ́n ní tó ń jẹ́ bá kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́bùṣe. Ohun tí mò ń sọ ni pé it's painful at times. This program cannot be. But for those who understand my language, those who understand me, what I'm trying to say in essence, the essence of your being alive, your business in this life is not for you to enrich yourself, or for self-aggrandizement, or for self-glory, because you always lost it. Those who gain the whole world, like Jesus Christ, it's not about self. They have been able to kill self and make the people priority. So because all what you are thinking is self, what concerns people about election? Let them elect what they have. That it has been in the structure of people to look for money. I'm also looking for money. If I see any politician that want to give me money, only that I cannot prophesy that this is your time or this is not your time. But I can tell you when time is right for you. high, we are governed by the hierarchy that is more than us. Kill self so that you enjoy self. All this pride, boasting, I'm the one. And if this one said, I made you, then I made the central bank, I made all these things. All these things that immediately, where do you see it in the book? Which country does this? Have you heard about this thing in the history of the whole world? No, it doesn't happen this way. And even if we have it, let's say somebody has practiced it. Wọ́n ní tán bá rán ni níṣẹ́ ẹrú ṣé èèyàn kì í fi tọmọ jẹ ni? You should have find another means to do it. What is my business? What is your business? That is where I come today, because the topic that we are going to treat after Sunday, there won't be topic. The Lord said we should dance till the end of this month. Yeah. When I told you that you should always read Psalm 2, why do people rage? Why the earthly rage and people imagine a vain thing against the Lord? They will come in multitude. They will be very fierce. They will be very vicious, but they cannot. Thank God that He is fighting our battle for us. I'm not here for child play. We are here to tell you that God is real. Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. He's the only way. And He has come. I've told you, our business here is to take care of people, care for the vulnerables, care for those who don't have, care for the dementia, care for those who you know how they think. If immediately I know that these people are not well upstairs, this is the way they think, you should be able to mend this, because that is where you get fault. If you cannot manage people, that is where the fault comes in. That's where the mistake comes in. Care for those you care for. You are in charge of money. How have you been able? What do they need money for? Food. Why can't you buy food? Like toward the end of this month, just a bag of rice every junction throughout Nigeria. All these things will not happen. A bag of rice and this thing. Let me tell you, it's happened in the Bible. Yeah, Matthew 14, Jesus Christ was preaching. He was preaching. Alábùkún fún ni ẹ̀yin tó ṣàánú nítorí ẹ̀rọ àánú gbà. Alábùkún fún ni ẹ̀yin tó lájà nítorí ọmọ Ọlọ́run la máa pè yín. Alábùkún fún ni this thing. All this thing we read it in primary school. It's still in our brain. And that is why if we are successful, it's not because we know book, because we know what is called humanity. What we need to know, what we need to learn. How do we feel compassionate even with the enemy that is our enemy? Because they are doing themselves evil. They believe that they are doing Christian. Yes, because that's what Christianity is all about. There are so many arguments, many bad comments, many negativities all over the world, many arrows. They say many have the affliction of the righteous, but God delivered them. Oh, so you believe that all these things we are doing all this day? I've told you this program is for leadership. It's for father, mother. Those who lead, you have to have something doing before you can listen to my program. It's either you lead your house, you lead in your environment, you are a ballet, you are a king, you are a loyalist, you are a journalist, you have to be leading people somewhere. You have to be an influencer before you can listen to this. Because the problem of self is self. I'm telling you, they bring Jesus Christ to come and rule Nigeria, to come and govern Nigeria. You still have it wrong. When we first started this program, I told you about the followership. How the followership reason. Immediately have good mind. He wants you to live, to have good this thing. But it doesn't affect the rich man. Rich man can sign in a paper like this, and take it to bank. He already called the bank. Just make the call to the bank. Abiola did the same thing when he was alive. Just call the bank. Do you see my signature there? Okay, what's the name? And show him let him give you the ID card and give him the money. They will not even ask. He's a rich man. Why are we so like this? Who sold our mind to devil? Who tell you should be acquiring what you cannot live to spend? If this thing gravitates, you think you can live to spend all this thing? You cannot. And that is devil for you. He make you to accrue wealth, to conquer all the people that, yes, I have arrived. Then when you arrive, that's what God don't want to hear. That is where all the Tinubu and then Obedient and Atiku is having it wrong, have arrived. God don't like to hear that. You arrive where? You have not reached anything. I told you about America. They are not yet there. Europe are not yet there. Under the development of God, under the agenda of development, you should be able to like kill your enemy with love. With love. Kill your enemy with love. Keep them short with love. You think that all over the world Christianity don't have enemies? Most of all those you see in Christendom today is the enemy of Christ. And the material is still rising up. There are so many, when I see during COVID, so many people that rise up from the dead. There are many, more than billions, to testify to the gospel of God, to testify to the coming of Christ, to testify that God is real. I don't know much about the Bible. I'm not a prophet, but I have been a testament. And I tell you, this is the beginning of a New Testament. I've been a testifier of God's grace in my life. Yeah, because there was a day, is the God exists at all, like the way you used to say, because you govern everything. Yeah, you have arrived. Yeah, I've told you, our business on earth is to manage everybody around us, even our enemy. How do we conquer them? How do we win your enemy to become friends? Is it not by loving them unconditionally, loving them, praying for them, taking care of them? Most of the mystery I have all over the world, that I know that there is no much good people on the earth, is because I keep praying. I stop praying for myself because it doesn't even seem that I exist. But if God wants you to exist, you will not exist to anybody. It's God that make existence, that can kill, and that can rise up, that can bring light to your vision. Because if you have vision, if you don't have light, you have nothing. And I've told you all these things several times, that you should always get it wrong if you don't kill self before you start something. It is glaring now that Emefiele and all his people, all his followers, doing it, they say because they want to have free and fair election. What concerns ordinary Nigeria with election? That is my fault. That's my business anyway. What concerns me with election? What concerns my mother with election? Because I have never been, even when I was in Nigeria, I never fought for anybody. I never do it, because not that I don't like them, but I have seen that èké ni gbogbo ènìyàn. Ó ní nígbà náà mo wí kọ́ ọkàn mi pé èké ni gbogbo ènìyàn. Ó ní kí ni èmi ó ṣe fún Olúwa nítorí rẹ̀ fún mi. Èmi ó máa gógó ìgbàlà. I will take the bell of salvation and I will sing the name of the Lord. Èké ni gbogbo ènìyàn. In the first instance, nígbà tí ó ń ṣe ìdílé mi, what can I look like? I want to go into to be a president when I have never saved my environment. Greediness is good to be selfish, but it's not good to be greedy. If you are selfish, you'll be able to negotiate properly. self mean that you know what belongs to you. You know your boundary. So if you put fish, selfish mean that you always think about yourself. So if you think about yourself properly, you'll be able to think about God, about others. But because I don't want nonsense around me, then I will not. I don't need to do the same thing to you. I will be polite with you. Then I want you to be polite with me. I will handle what is yours carefully. I want you to do the same thing with me. That is self. So if you can do that, you've been selfish about that. So you should be able to manage people selfishly, unless say unselfishly like that, unselfishly. But what we have in the whole of Africa is like people who believe that they have arrived. And my business is that you are not yet there. UK is not yet there. America is not yet there. They were still developing. Apostle Paul said that I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling for this kingdom of heaven. How do you make heaven? When everybody around you, we are at peace with you. We are at peace with you. That somebody just mentioned you here now, and like 1 million people want to fight. 1 million invisible want to fight. That is when you become truly son of God. Yeah, that's when you become truly son of God. We will continue having all these things if we have not been able to kill self and to determine our identity. When I call this program Sustainable G, you believe that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because life is all about sustainability. So what is the meaning of money you gather today? Then you go to bank. You cannot take your money back and use it to buy what you like. And I was telling you last year that if all what you believe in this cash, on this money that you get in the bank, you are committing a mistake. You are making a blunder. Because that's what is happening now. So that is evidence of what we are talking here. Because when I write it on Facebook, I even told my wife that if all this thing was what we believe, then, and immediately, I even first get the result. I want to get something. I want to get a car then. I say, I just call. I read this. I see this guy. I say, oh, no problem. Then God is telling me that this is what you are talking about. You don't need money for anything in life. What you need is self. Then who you are truly. That's what they want to know. What's your name? Who you are. Okay. All right. The driver will bring it to you. Just look whether you like it. That's okay. So if I believe that I don't have money, I don't... You don't need it, my friend. Now money has failed you. All what you gathered in bank has failed you. The one you have, you can see the way people trash money around. Yeah. What can make you to belong in life, to live long and to belong, is people. We have done in this program why I am naked, because I hear your voice and I'm afraid because I'm naked. You see the whole world now running escalator now because there is no privacy anyway. As I wear the clothes, I'm so naked. Even my boss knows what I'm doing at home, because he told me one day that I know you don't have time because that's what you do when you get to. So that is how life is. They know you. They're able to censor you, to know where you belong, to know how you go about things. They know because you are naked. At small time, you don't even need to shoot gun. Just need to program you. You used to go and buy McDonald's and let the other go and meet him there. That is how naked life is becoming. So if you don't fortify yourself with the power of God, and you don't make yourself cover with the blood of Jesus, and you don't cover yourself with the people that matters in life, how do you want to live that life? How do you want to survive? because it's getting to that age that we just mention somebody and you look at, okay, where is he used to? Okay, all right, missile, go to those place. Like they send missile to so many countries. All this thing is, you know you know what they call privacy. This thing is what happens. Not that all this what happened to Adam is not that he's naked or like they used leave to cover him. He just feel that I'm not that secure, even in the house, even anywhere. You think that God will just put him there and put him under one tree? God will be so daft to put Adam under one tree. The narrative was wrong. That's what I'm saying. The narrative was that in the advent of that development, he found out that I'm so naked. I don't have privacy. My business is that I'm supposed to have something like mystery that's supposed to. That is where the Christianity now coming. That is when you said you arrived. That is when God said you have not even done anything, my brother. That is where the Christianity now coming, because that is where the faith in God now coming, because when you feel that you are so clothed, you wear dress, you cover your nakedness, then you feel that you are still naked, then there is a mystery. There is a mystery. It says, he who dwell in the shadow of Almighty. We abide in the shadow of Almighty. We who dwell in the shelter of God. We abide in the shadow of Almighty. Everybody, we are just naked. He can see you. He can trace you. He can shut you down at any time. We are beginning to imagine things like God. So somebody now shut the Onisha down. And I read to you from the Matthew 14. Let's go back to that place. Although I don't like to be like, because a time will be coming, we have so many religions on this program. Like those who are not Christian, maybe Irish Krishna, all those stuff, and Muslim and all those stuff. So it doesn't be like, but the basis of every knowledge, the fundamental things about knowledge is faith, is the religiosity. How do I get to all these things? I've told you my aim about making everybody to like, if you know one thing about me is that if you are going, it make me happy. I get into this country, I have a Ghanaian friend, maybe he used to, most of the time, I met him, he had no paper. I told him, within 1 year, you're going to get your paper. He said it's one woman that is disturbing me, is an European, he married. I say, it's not the European, it's you. Why do you stop going to church? He said, church here is nothing, it's just socializing. I say, yeah, it's everywhere. But when you socialize, just let your mind socialize with God. Because yes, it's socializing, but how you come for something. See, the problem with self is self. Now, it's okay now. He got the daughter back. He's living fine. He's in one of my work, Odidiore, and you see life is just being naked. You don't have power of your own anymore. Before you say it, some people know it. Before you know it, some people know it. Only èmi tí mo mọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti parí ọba fànámọ̀ ní ọba fònímọ̀lá. It knows your beginning from your end. It knows your end from the beginning. He said, I have anointed you from your mother's womb. Yeah, he knew you. He knew that. He knows the semen that makes you. He understands your ineptitude. He understands your inability. Ṣàánú fún àìmọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè. Because when you begin to gather, and you are not being able to maximize your potential, the more you give, the more you maximize your potentials. When you go to printing factory, where they have Speedmaster, all this big machine, and the owner is telling you that this machine have made a lot of money for me. and he's still making that money. You know what that machine has done? He has been able to give out so many papers. Working from day to night, day to night, day to night, and bringing so many money into the owners and to the many employees. So why do Emefiele believe that Nigeria we are so gullible that you just tell them that this thing, and you remember before this thing started, I wrote it that some insurance, they are going to make money out of this. Why some people wait? This is the time for insurance to fix things. Bank has nothing to lose. But insurance had the one. It's either they gain or lose. Because for those who have not been able to redeem their agreement with them now, they are having problem now. But for those who have it well now, this is the time to renew another agreement. It has even become collateral that which is I want to pay for all those stuff. Because it has never been in the history of Nigeria that's how so many banks just go down and they never come up. Because people make money out of that issues. Problem arises. How do we solve problem? It's because we don't have enough corporate social responsibility. What is corporate? Is the ìwà bí Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́lọ́rùn. It's the way God has lived. This is what we inculcate into our business that will make the business grow. That's why I told you, even if you are a mechanic, do the business, let people see God in you. If you are in the business of maybe you are a carer, let people see God in you. The way you handle people, you are a support worker, let people see God in you. It's about you, your personality. Let people see God. He doesn't care. You don't care. You don't give a damn. That is why you are still, the whole world is becoming this. You are becoming like this. Because you don't care. All you care is just to have free and fair. What is free and fair election? When people are selling what they have for peanut to get little, and you don't see the big picture of what you are doing. And in all what we are doing, it's all about what is the gain. What is the gain? There is time things work. There are some times things doesn't work. I told one of my friends, the guy want to travel. I told him, this is not your time. Because there is a green light. There is a green light. When you pray and you open and you close your eyes and you open it and you see the red light, that means there is no way there. Wait. There will be a time for everything. Because most of the leaders have not been trained and trained in the will of God. That is why we have so many leaders that fail. Because you're supposed to know the end. Like God now, when we begin to think like God, then life will begin to be, because we can think like God in our own little way. Like if I do this, what is going to be the effect of this one in people? What are we going to achieve by doing this? What is the repercussive effect of all these things? Then that is how, before God knows that Abraham is going to hit that fruit, that's why he put it there. He is to manage everything. So if the issue comes, you should be able to manage. Leader, if the issue comes, your business is to manage people, to manage conflict, to minimize it. To minimize it. How do we get to minimize things? It's by listening. It's not about you or about what people around you want. It's about mutual benefit, collective gain for everybody. Gain, what are we going to gain from this pain? Okay, election. Okay, after election, so people have already made money in their house. You want to fight one politician, you have made all Nigeria corrupted. Because a pastor who is a clergyman who has never been on upright in his life have to go out swap money for money, swap money 10,000 to get 8,000 naira. Yeah, that is corruption, you know. That is corruption. Here, that is corruption because you don't sell money to get money. You don't sell money to get money. That is high level of corruption all over the world. And this is what we are saying, that if you have it right, you love your neighbor as yourself. We don't need all this thing. And it's not even Emefiele only. It's about you all. That is why I said that even Obi and Atiku and all of Nigeria has so much. I've lived with people. I've lived with people. I live with them. I know their planning. I know what people think, especially when you are vulnerable. They believe that you are usable. They believe all these fetish things. But I always look in my own way that why people imagine inventing against the Lord. And that's when the Lord gave me that psalm. And when they bring it last night, on Sunday night, I said the same thing. I sent it to some of my friends in Nigeria. Continue reading this thing. I don't know. I don't even know. When I was even in the world, there are so many psalms God gave to me. I used it to play lotto, and so you get some people who just one DPO win money. You begin to look for me that who is this man? That because I don't even know that it's psalm that can save so many. So when it happened, you said it. When it doesn't occur to happen, then thank God it doesn't happen. Because the reason why we prophesy is just not to make it happen, on to make it happen. Yes, the reason for prophecy is to make it is it's going to happen or it can never happen. Why it can never happen? It's about prayer. Prayer prevent. Prayer plead and bargain on behalf of you. Only what before the whole world will have been this way before. Jesus Christ paid the ransom, and he was able to bring us back to the light. We are talking about the end of the world. People say it's not going to happen. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, we have a Jankaliano pandemic. Pandemic came in. You know, when pandemic came in, I be able to say this to so many people, that there was a sickness that will transform the whole world. After it, there will be a New Testament. There will be a new way, a new reasoning. And nobody can stop it. The whole world is having it now. The whole world is having it. When we talk about White House going black, this will never go black. We pray, we should pray about it, because we have so many there. They are living fine. The whole world can negotiate and affect all this thing not to happen. Yeah, it's just about loving your neighbor as yourself. How does the love grow? It grow out of irrespective of culture, natural, your background, your tradition. You should be able to show love by wearing hijab, irrespective you are a Muslim or Christian. And that doesn't mean that you should be able to do things. You should be able to show love by wearing suits. Even if you are you don't belong to tribe that wear it, you should be able to show love by wearing India dress. India have their own mode of dressing. If you wear their clothes, then they look at you, and there are so many ways to show love to people. But when you are seeing yourself like you are the most, you have arrived, then God will shut you up that you have never got to do anything. It's not about you being arrived. It's not about you getting it right. It's about God. That is why your business in this art is to solve problem. If you don't know, a problem will always come, whether you like it. But after problem, there is always time to rest. There's always time to feel okay. There's always time to evaluate. Yeah, to see that God has really tried and appreciate him. That God, you have really done it. is you. Because that time I should have lost it. Lost all, if not for your intervention. That is God for you. God is good for you. And our business has always been like that. We have always been like that. We can settle down to the fact that God, we made the whole world to be united and there will be no fight. Yes, there will be no fight. We can negotiate. We can afford so many things. It is written, but if Jesus Christ don't want to die, he will not die. Oh. If Jesus don't want to die, go and write it die, he will not die. He can pray. He can pray. He say, jẹ́ ká gbogbo ifo mi kọjá, bet tó wà ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà. Because you have seen the better goodness ahead of that thing. My brother, there are so mystery that is not clear to us that we should be able to learn. The more we delve into it, the more we know. The more we delve into spiritual, the more it just be like you enter a house, it's automatic door. When you open the light coming, when you open the light coming, that is how the word of God. Because it can affect that death, and the whole world will still be paying ransom for the death of the whole world. But he said, yeah, let your will be done. Because he'll be able to kill the flesh. What is killing the whole Nigeria is because somebody said that, hey, I made you. No, now somebody now think that, why should you say that? Ṣé ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá tó sọ ni bàbá? Ó sọ pé ṣé kò made díẹ̀ ni? If I see people that have made me like this, when they talk, I listen. Not that they are more, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know my experience. I know how they started. They may started like a pampered boy. When they talk to you, they are pampered boy. But I'm not a pampered boy. God pampered me. Bí ọmọ ló ń tọ́jú wa, ó mọ àìlera wa. He pampered me, brought me out of trash. So if I speak, I know what I'm speaking. If you speak, you are speaking from your own perspective. As a nurtured boy, knowledge boy. But I look, the way I look, and I give you the message of 10 years, you will still be finding it that maybe, maybe not. There are so many things prayer can change. There are so many things. If you don't want your leader, you don't need to go to street and begin to fight. Prayer can change them. Why are you keep abusing them? You keep talking there, God will punish, God will punish. You don't need that. Your work will punish you and polish you. If your work is to punish you, then you are going to be punished. There's nobody. You see, most of them make the money. They are in their room. They cannot come out and put somebody under this. This my beloved, because the work they do punish them for who they are. Those who have it right, they can talk now. But all the grandpa, that's why I said that ever in my life, I don't talk about all those grandpas. They are headers. This is the time for them to be preparing to render back the message to God, how they have done it. I can take from them and learn from them. Their downfall and their rising. The same thing with Buhari. The man is old. What is the age for dementia, if you know? What's the age for, you know, dementia have age. I don't say Buhari is dementia. I don't say that. I will never say that. But the man is old. You should give him that respect that he can even control all of you. Another old man is coming. Do you know where the old man is? Why the old man normally rule Nigeria? Because Ogun Arugbo Ogun tó ń jà Nigeria. The old uniform, old problem that Nigeria have. Ancient problem. Ancient problem. And it only takes ancient of days to save us from all these people. Tinubu will enter, there's nothing you can do about it. But mind of God is in the hand. The mind of man is the heart of God. He can change him. Because all of them are the way they think now, you don't know. And they are very close to God. You know their age. Very closer to God more than us. In some countries, you have to sit down with them when they are sleeping because they are getting to old age. They need to be monitored, to be supervised, and to be given great cares. And I told you about all these things. Those you're supposed to take care of, the vulnerables among you, the children, and the elders, the old ones. Those are the elders. They are the ones leading you. One elder put one elder there. You now say he's poo-pooing at home. He's poo-pooing this thing. Are you not poo-pooing at home when just somebody give you business to do and you take the money, you don't do the business? When the white man send money to you to test you and you scam the guy, you don't know that you scam your tomorrow. Because you can do business all over the world now without even having to see that person for one day. Your honesty, your integrity. I told you what bring Buhari there is because we need integrity. Are you going to tell me that Obedient and Atiku is more integrity than Buhari? Because that is why I get confused now. Because that's the only one I told my wife, vote for this man. It's like this man is a bit, and this is the same attitude. This the same attitude. And that's the problem we are having. We are always running around the circle. And why do you do business when you know that this business is not going to work? I told one guy, his name is, I just met him in the studio. I said, it's like your name is John. He said, no, I don't, it's not, my name is not John. My name is John Memes. I mean, no. I think John is in your, this thing. He said, I don't want to be answering that name. That's the name my mother used to call. I said, that is your name. That's what make you. That is your name. And the guy now is doing well in music. Because that is his name. Why do you need to change the name that God has destined to give you? Go to the mother and go and ask her, why do you give me this name? She will tell you that is not her. It's just a coincidence. And a coincidence is not just a coincidence. There are some coincidences that is God. What is happening is the mighty hand of God over Nigeria to save the whole world, to shiver the whole world. Yeah, that is what God is doing. You think God will now be looking? Then, kí àwọn aládùúrà kan wá sọ pé Ọlọ́run kò sọ́lọ́run mọ́. And láti, to open your eyes now, to see now the revelation of God and to affect things with prayer. So many people kill, they pray. Ọlọ́run gbọ́. You that doesn't kill. Ọlọ́run say, I don't kill. You don't pray. You know what prayer can do? That's why you wonder, why you downgrade your potentials. The prayer of the righteous people are violent more. It doesn't matter whether you kill or you don't kill. Prayer changes things. Kéèyàn pa gbogbo ayé tọ́lọ́run bá máa gbọ́ àdúrà ẹ̀, ó máa gbọ́ àdúrà ẹ̀. It doesn't kill. Ọlọ́run ò fẹ́ mọ̀ èèyàn tó pa yẹn ó dúró láyé ara ẹ̀. Tọ́lọ́run bá máa pa ó nígbà tó máa pa bẹ̀tí tó fẹ́ yẹn tó gbàdúrà lé lórí yẹn tó bá lọ bá wọn tó jẹ́ onímọ̀ tó jẹ́ jágbá wòlíì ó máa ṣe é ṣe fún un. There is nothing you can do about that. Talking that I don't pray, I don't kill people. Why do Ọlọ́run sọ fẹ́ pé tó kill èèyàn àti wọn tó ń pààyàn díẹ̀ the same thing. Because when you begin to learn jẹ like you are cheating somebody, like you're supposed to take care of this child, you just neglect him, and you are taking salary from that thing, you are still doing the same thing. Because you are killing the guy you're supposed to take care of. That is why I say what you don't take care of is taking care of you. So when somebody does not kill the whole world, I listened to one, they say America have killed more than Nigeria. So Nigeria is, they don't. Whoa. It doesn't concern, I don't know. Thank you, host media. I don't know whether America kill people or not. But what I know is that if America can pray very well, if people like me can pray, and I see the deliverance of God in my life, why can't you tell you to pray? And this is the evidence of what we are talking. We talk about dollars. If all what I'm saying was true, it was false, You can see, talk about if you are what you believe. It's not only in Nigeria. It's going to happen somewhere else now. It's not only in Nigeria. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. It just started there. You will see another one trigger in this year. You don't need science to know things. Science is just to like evidence of maximizing our potential. But what is going to work is going to work. You can travel all over the world without visa. I told you. What you need is God and yourself, your identity. When you go to anywhere, they just snap, tap, tap, and you already have your identity. Who told you that all these passports is necessary? It's not necessary. What way? Your voice is your passport. We done it. You don't need all these things. You begin to think in the way of God. Anywhere I say something, if I want to be recognized, I put my leg down. That is me. That is who I am. Then all I have to do is, because as you have print in your hand, you have print in your leg. Your voice is your password. So people don't know that we have print in our leg too. There are so many prints in our body. He say, I have known you, I have ordained you. I have ordained you right from your day, before your date of birth. Your DNA is with God. So there are so many things DNA cannot read that God can still read. So how do you think that people will sleep and they wake up, they are smart? You should imagine. It's worthy, but all these things it's not a mystery anymore. It's not a mystery anymore because God, life is going to unify us like what we want to know. There are so many people that know more than me. There are so many people that are privileged to know all this thing more than me. When I see them, I listen. When I board the train with them, I look at them, I salute them because I know what they carry. What they carry is beyond that. And if you want to live long, you want to stay long, you're supposed to belong to this flame I'm talking about. Jesus Christ is the only way. Yeah, it's the one that gave me mouth to say these things like this. If I offended anybody in one way or another, please forgive me. But this is just me. I don't know. So the way I say it may sound arrogant because some white man will say the way you sound at times feel arrogant. No. Me, I don't understand much of your language. I was trained to understand my language, and that is the way I think. I understand my language better than any other language. That is why I can reason along with you. I know what you are saying. But it may be a bit difficult things for me to say it the way you want me to say it. But I don't offend anybody. I don't want to offend anybody. But what I'm telling you, what's your purpose? When the purpose of your doing business is to gain. So what is gain? If you don't know that gaining is gaining people to your business and gaining their mind, when everything goes wrong, they are able to cover you up because you are naked. Because you are absolutely naked. They see your nakedness. They can cover your privacy. That don't allow this privacy to be open. Don't allow people to see this nakedness. I have seen, I study people potential very much. That is why I always give it to people that have it. And if I have seen anybody that have it, I always say, this one, I believe in him. Well, it's not about me. Prophecy I give about this election. Do you know that I've done that in 2020? Go to my Facebook. Forgiveness come to me like river. It flow along with me. So no matter how you offend me, how I care about it, Then I will begin to pray. Because I've seen that talking to you, cursing you is like I mirror. It's like seeing myself in you. Because you come, other big bati, if you understand Yorùbá very well, and bàbá wa tẹ́jú bá wá tó bá yọjú sí ẹ tó wáyé pé jò kékeré ni tí ò tí ì lẹ́nu ó wá gborúkọ ni next time ó lè bite but first one tó kọ́ wá yẹn ó wá gborúkọ ni what it means that when you see a small snake in Africa and a small snake just run out of the bush like we used to go to farm then. And you see, hey, snake, 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 snake. And you begin to run, don't run, he will go. The snake will go because he comes for his name. He never, the snake never know that it's called snake. So that's what he comes for. He comes and you go. By the time you see that snake next time, it will be bigger. Because you have already given him the confidence that he can bite. You run for him and say, hey, I'm that powerful. Then that pride make him to go and go more. Make him to go and grow more. So what I'm saying is that your business, what's supposed to be our business, is collective gain. What am I going to gain if this thing continue to happen? Okay, how am I going to rule if the whole country is divided? This guy that you are talking is very young, and that's what people don't know. I've never argue with people when it comes to time. When you are going, just like white people used to do their things. Go your way, go your way. Even in my driving. Because it's not that you are avoiding problem. You know your car can move faster than the car that you are trying to. That's why so many people find themselves in trouble in Nigeria. You are riding a big car, you know you've already filled your tank, you are fighting with one downfall, dragging load with the downfall. Instead for him to say, go. And you call yourself a mature man of God. You call yourself a man. How do you think like that? Tell him to go because he's in a hurry because he wants to make money. You don't know that it's all about the timing of God. When the road is clear, you have a good car, you can speed. How many journeys did Danfo want to take per kilometer? You are taking a very latest car and you want to be dragging with the Danfo, he will crash you. That's what is happening now, all over the world, even in Nigeria for now. Emefiele, please, for God's sake, how will you be able to do your business with humanity? Eto money, come on, be doing because you know your followers. You know the people you want to give this money. They are, even if you pump another one out, it's going to be like this again. The only thing you can do is just to allow sleeping dogs lie. You want to do things they say they don't want. That is why I love this Matthew 14:13. Jesus Christ was preaching. He was preaching. And people were hungry. They have already said that they are hungry. An hungry man don't listen to anything except to solve that problem of hunger. And he was still preaching. They are looking at the man. What they are doing is to and Jesus know their mind. These people are hungry. What do you have there? That's how to maximize potentials. What do you have there? So we just have, my brother, we have fish, 3 fish, and a loaf of bread. Oh, that's too small. We have like 5,000 people here. Then you appreciate people. Don't say because you appreciate God, then you say so that they can know that I'm doing your service, then it becomes multiplied. I don't think you do that. You don't appreciate God. They appreciate the people that you want to give it to, so that they can know that you are doing the work of God, who have sent you to CBN, who have sent Buhari to the Aso Rock to take care of them. of the people. Now, people that you gave the money to, how the money? Where is the money? What number you don't see outside? We don't know. Maybe they have burned it, we don't know. The bank have to come out now that the money have been burnt because people entered the bank and the whole this thing was. That is the story for another day. Then the insurance and underwriter will now say, oh, this is what we can take, this is what we cannot take, except you can pay this social amount and this thing. It's either here and there. Some insurance is losing now, some are gaining now. Some who don't handle policy during that time, they were gaining now. Because when we say it on Facebook, what concern me, concern me. Even when God said it, I don't know, maybe it's gain or lose. But I just know it's gain. Because now, some bank who don't even have insurance have to go and enter one to get one policy done. So it's all about gain. What is the end result of this thing? Why do I want to get the money? Is it to become rich and to become affluent and to the pride of our right? No. It has to be, why do I want to go there and serve the people? Why do you think he go there and serve the people? Why the article need that is going there to serve the people? Is it because he need money or because he need the love of people, the passion for people? All what we see parading around is the love of self, not people. That is why when we are talking about self, there are so many indices that we can use to like make ourselves divided. And if it comes to that, I have to defend what belongs to me. I have to defend who am I, my identity. I've told you I don't see Yoruba land getting anywhere with visa in the nearest future. And it can happen. And they were at peace, they were beautiful, it's beautiful land. How do we come to Al-Qaeda, all this terrorism they tag us all over the world? Is because we have unequally yoked. I don't clamor for self-determination on this thing. But in between, what I've seen is that even if somebody who is going to do it, let there be like division in the whole country, healthy division, and loving yourself as your neighbor. Yes, you don't know me, you don't know my family. I live in Nigeria for so many years. I live in Europe that I just came. They know me, they know my family. See, this is the irony of what you don't take care is taking care of you, my brother. But you don't know me, you don't know my family. If I don't go to my local government chairman, maybe he doesn't even know me. Even in my own village. They can just, because that's how all these things come around. Because you have local government in your hometown, they're supposed to know everybody around you. They know the family. Thank God they know one of the family. Maybe the family is popular. Like my family, they will know. Omoli Taniwo. That's what they know. The one they born that they throw it away, they don't know. The one that they have now, they don't know. What they know is that they know the family. They know how many they now have, how many they have died, how many still living. That's how we get all these things because we don't care. We are being about self, and the religion is not about going to church, patewo. It's about you carrying people in mind to help them. Even your enemy need help. Because the way they are thinking, they don't know that you can even help them. So if you have not been able to think and do that, then you cannot have it right. Even your enemy need help. Joseph saved the enemy and he saved his country. Because if not for Joseph, the whole world will have been killed by hunger and by starvation. But Jesus was able to forgive and forget allow people to work for him, and there are many. At large, at the end, he was able to leave that country with so many people. So why are we so like this? Who sold our soul to Satan? Because of pride, because of our pride. It's me, Emilokan, it's all this thing. Because we never begin to fit into the mind of God. Think about what God wants us to do. I have told you, this is the beginning of the end. The whole world will become settled, but not now, until I be able to unify some things. It's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. UK is having their problem. They are just managing it. Because here people pay taxes. And people don't joke they don't joke with their tax. Don't joke with taxpayer money. The follower in Nigeria, how much have you been able to pay to the government this year? Even the rich man, all of you that is going to be the president very soon. How much have you been able to pay? Nobody mentioned that because all of you is corporate. So if you mention that, it's going to affect everybody. And the poor people too. How much have you been able to pay? Pay your tax. Those who pay are those civil servants that you owe maybe 20 because you take it automatically. So that's the people that pay. You, the rich man, don't pay. The common man on the street, the shoemakers don't pay. The musicians don't pay. When they come on the street, they begin to talk. Okada man don't pay. So you are just talking that they don't give you ride. Here, you can ride your bike in as much as you are licensed to do it. Although you have some road you don't ride. And I've told you, the management, what you should do now is just to focus. How to improve on yourself. Just the mindset that we have. I've suffered enough. I want to be okay. I don't want anybody to disturb me. Because you believe that the reward for stubbornness is for you to be okay, to be rich. No. No. It's not for you to be okay alone. UK is okay. And there are so many rich men here. But you can never know if somebody is poor or okay. Because you can use the latest car today and walk with your leg tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you don't have money. You don't just need it. You take it back, take your body back, and you are living fine. Why can't the same thing happen in Africa? Even better thing. You know, my revelation about people is that Nigeria can build houses for people for free when the construction we are still going on, when we are still developing. And they will pay for it. You have to pay because you have potential. You are sitting on so many potentials. You know, so many of the people abroad. Is it until they begin to sell your product to you before you will know that it's your product? Like me now, they can resell me to you in this country. Yes, that's what white man would do for you. They will tell you that, okay, you need expatriate. Oh, we come and do it. So we just find that out of the white man's name, you just find, out of 20 names, just find 15 of Nigerians' name that are going to develop your country for you, that are technocrats. Because you don't give them opportunity to do that. So until they repackage what you have as potential for you and sell it to you, as you are selling money, because that's when you sell what belongs to you for what is little. That is mystery, that is image that you don't know. Because one day, your product, Adeyemi Olaoluwa, maybe sell back to you that, hey, we want to sell this guy for you. I pray it's not going to happen in Jesus' name. Because it has been repackaged. It has been reoriented. The reward is many. It's not cool the way you find it. So now it's a pure gold. To sell it for you is a lot of money. So you think that people are just coming to Europe? People are just jumping in plane and coming to Europe because they want to resell back to you in the high price that you won't be able to pay and that you must pay. And if you are not been thinking about all these things, that is why God, I don't want to say much about this because when it happens, we will laugh about it, we talk about it. But as from now, till the time the election will happen, on Sunday we are coming here to dance, to thank God for successfulness of everything, successful election. Let's just say successful election. There is going to be a president. Yes, God has ordained it. And thank God, we are happy for whoever just get there. But God will give you mind to focus your mind on what is next, the vulnerable, those who don't have, and the old ones. And the whole country, the entire country need refurbishing. They need to, I told you, Europe, America, they were not the best in the eyes of God. Because they have it wrong somewhere or another, some way or another. They are able to fit it to the mind of God and know what God wants. But in terms of productivity, they were still 50, 60%. Africa can rise above that level and get to 90. Yes, how do you do that? Not that you just copy and paste. You just copy and design what you want to be. Design and design. How do you want to live it? How do you want to be? Be like that. I've told you, most of my friends have been like, you go, because they don't know my plan. When I go, this is a new dimension. I said, that's the way I want it. I've seen your Odipadon Theatre, only egungun tó kọ́kọ́ jó ìran ló máa ń wò gbẹ̀yìn. The Yoruba have said that egungun tó kọ́kọ́ jó ìran ló máa wò gbẹ̀yìn. The problem with the whole world is that we don't want to learn from all those stuff. They want to jojo tiwọn now. Ẹ jẹ́ kán wòran, let them look the way Nigeria will rise, because I believe that in the next 20 years, Nigeria is going to be great. I believe that. I know it's going to happen, unless we cannot pray. Let us begin to pray. All this thing that is happening, is it your business? What is your business about people fighting? Ẹ ló jẹ sílé, ẹ ra tomato, ẹ ra rice sílé, ẹ ra epo. If you don't have money, go on internet, shout for people that can help. I've been able to help 1 or 2 people. If you can help too, you can still do it. Èmi náà ní ìyá, mo ní bàbá, mo fẹ́ wò pé kán fún ní kankan. Ẹ ra epo sílé, ẹ ra rice sílé, ẹ ra oúnjẹ sílé. Then ìyókù ẹ fi sọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ẹ gbàgbé, ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ara wọn kan máa bára wọn jà. Àwọn ara wọn wá sì máa bára wọn jà. Àwọn ara wọn wá sì máa bára wọn jà. Olúlu kan lólùlù jẹ́ gàngàngàngàn. Àwọn ara wọn. Yeah, let them sort things out by themselves. Because they don't care. You don't care now. But this is the time for you to care about your business. Your business is to save this world from going down. The whole world from going down. Our business here in UK, Europe, all over the world, supposed not to be because of money. Because we want to acquire wealth only. It's good to acquire wealth. Even for Christian, it makes you look outstanding and looks like God is for you. But what is the gain of everything that you gain? That people around you suffer unnecessarily. And you use these people to make your wealth. You use them by not giving them the necessary thing, light they need, wisdom they need to grow that thing. That's why I tell you it's good to know your answer before you start question. When they give you question, first ask for the answer. Then begin to work it out. I'm working it out for you today, what God wants us to be. Then you'll be able to find one way to link the dots together to get your answer. Yeah, that's what we are trying to do. That's why we say these three things is what we manage here. As a leader, we are using this to train leaders. Leaders in the house, leaders in the place of work. Even the driver is a leader in a bus, is a leader. So if you're able to negotiate, appreciate and negotiate, then you'll be able to evaluate and intervene. So the problem we have in the whole world is because the spirit of leadership is not there. The spirit of followership is what we have. How the followership behave? Do you know what Judas did when Jesus Christ was showered with deodorant, scent, perfume? He said, let's say this thing. That is the thinking of followership. Let's sort everything. As somebody is telling me, let them fight. Let them destroy everything. Yeah, let them destroy everything. Then we'll be able to retain in that post for a while. Whereas the leadership spirit is not about that. Thank God for Goodluck Jonathan. And I believe the guy is still coming back if care is not taken. If care is not taken. Because you always conceive what is, you don't have power of yourself. If you say, I lose, I learn from my failure. Oh, this is how you do it. Then I can never be a failure again. But some people, because of this stereotype, I'm the one, meaning, that's where you're having it wrong. Do you have anybody that God cannot beat? He will beat you down. You will never be able to rise again. I say this, and my name still remains Afolabi Olaoluwa Adeyemi Sunday. So this Sunday we are going to meet again. We are going to have it. We are going to dance. We are not going to say much because the Ijadopin Ogunti Share Olugbala Jagmolu. Thank you so much for people that are able to join this program. For people that have been with me, thank you so much. Like and subscribe to this channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. There are so many things we want to bring into this channel that will be means of help to so many people. A time will come in that those who follow us, they'll be getting some gift. We'll be able to manage them. And this program is for people, to make people, not to bring people down. I've told you, to make people. When we see you that you're going to make it, we are going to help you to make it. And we will pray for you. We'll do everything. That's all what my Father and the Lord have been doing. And I don't have any enemies. If I have any enemies, please forgive me. In this politics, maybe Obi or Atiku, when it's your time, when it's time, the right time for you, then we are the one that will say, yes, the right time for you. You can come. Then when we see the green light, then you go. You pass, nobody can stop you. But when you say red light, stop, and you stop. So, all right, thank you so much. Subscribe and like this channel. We will continue to bring you what you like to hear. For those who like to hear us, so those who like to listen. And then we will continue to do one thing, to pray for you all. Pray for the world, to have it right, to get it right. We don't say the whole world should not be better than one another. But it's not about you robbing Peter to pay Paul. That is all what we are talking about. It's about collective responsibility. It's about your corporate social responsibility. What do you want to gain by bringing me down or bringing yourself up? Because you cannot bring the work of God down. You cannot bring me down. And if God gives you power to do that, you know I'm done already. Then you want to bounce me up. That's how life is. Because what is my business is for the whole world to have it right. And for me to have it right, for you to have it right. And for everybody to have it right. Thank you. God bless you. God will continue to bless you. And keep watching. Keep listening. And God will keep blessing you. My name is Afolabi Olaoluwa Adeyemi. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Like and subscribe to our channel. Then we are going to be bringing you more of these things. Let's meet on Sunday. Let's meet Sunday.